Hi, I'm Vanessa and I'm in the Petite Garden today, and I just wanted to take some time to show you the middle part of my garden where I've planted a Three Sisters style companion planting. So the Three Sisters concept is a Native American concept of companion planting, and the Three Sisters are corn, beans, and squash. You want to have a tall corn, you want to have a climbing bean, and lots of different kinds of squash you can use. But the idea is that these three plants complement each other in the garden and benefit each other and work together. So the corn goes in first and it provides a trellis or support. And then the beans go in. You want to have a climbing bean. So then the beans are off of the ground. And then thirdly, the squash goes in. And on this side I have cantaloupe growing, and then around the other sides I have butternut squash. But you can use all kinds of different squashes. So a squash, the function of the squash, it does a number of different things. It provides ground cover, so it helps crowd out the weeds. And all squash also have prickles on their leaves and on their stems, and that helps deter pests from getting at the corn and protects the beans and the squash. Or sorry, the beans and the corn. And it seems to be working well. Interesting about this corn, it's glass gem corn, so it's going to be popping corn of multicolors. And I actually started this corn indoors this year. Some will say that corn doesn't like to be transplanted, but mine did just fine. I started it inside, and when it was about a foot tall is when I put it out in the garden as soon as I could in May. And I have sugar snap peas planted on this side of the corn. It's interesting to me that on this side the corn is a little bit taller than on this side. Doesn't seem to be a coincidence. Maybe it's the nitrogen that the peas are providing, but I can't really say for sure. And then you can see, I'll try to give you a better picture of the beans growing up the stalks. They didn't need much help training them up the stalks. They mostly did that on their own. I helped a few of them find a stalk of corn, but you can see how they're growing up. And then the squash just keeps spreading, so that's also doing its function. So that is my Three Sisters garden, part of the garden. It's in the middle of the garden for more protection. And there are lots of different plants that you can companion plant, not just corn, beans, and squash, but different plants like to work together in the garden. And some plants don't like to be planted together at all, so it's worth checking out which plants do well together and which plants do not.